How do endpoints shape clinical trial results? Have you ever wondered how researchers determine if a new treatment is truly effective? The answer lies in something called endpoints. Endpoints are specific outcomes that researchers measure during clinical trials to assess the effectiveness and safety of a treatment. They play a vital role in shaping the results of a clinical trial because they define what success looks like for that particular study. Endpoints can be divided into two main categories: clinical endpoints and surrogate endpoints. Clinical endpoints directly measure how a patient feels, functions, or survives. For instance, overall survival is a clinical endpoint that looks at how long patients live after receiving a treatment. Other examples include symptom relief or the disappearance of a disease. These endpoints are often the most meaningful for patients, especially when dealing with serious conditions like cancer. On the other hand, surrogate endpoints are indirect measures that predict clinical benefits but do not directly representing patient outcomes. For example, tumor shrinkage in cancer patients might be used as a surrogate endpoint. While it can be observed sooner than survival, it is expected to correlate with longer survival. Surrogate endpoints can speed up the trial process, but they may carry some uncertainty regarding how well they predict actual benefits. In a clinical trial, there is usually a primary endpoint, which is the main outcome the study is designed to evaluate. This primary endpoint provides the strongest evidence about the treatment's effectiveness. Additionally, there are secondary endpoints that look at other effects, such as quality of life or symptom improvement. These secondary endpoints help provide a broader picture of the treatment's impact on patients. The choice of endpoints significantly influences how trial results are interpreted. If the primary endpoint shows a positive effect, the treatment may be considered effective. However, if the endpoint is a surrogate rather than a clinical endpoint, patients and doctors must consider how well that surrogate predicts real benefits. It is also essential that endpoints are measurable and relevant to the condition being treated to yield meaningful results. For patients considering participation in clinical trials or exploring treatment options, understanding endpoints can clarify what outcomes the trial aims to improve. Knowing whether a trial focuses on survival, symptom relief, or another endpoint can help guide decisions about participation and set expectations for treatment benefits. In essence, endpoints shape clinical trial results by defining what is measured to determine treatment success. They affect the speed at which results are available, how those results are interpreted, and ultimately how treatments are evaluated for patient benefit.